Hello guys, it's SuperBearNeo here. Usually I don't do videos in this type of format, but today I decided to make it a special occasion and use my actual voice. So, oh, and the reason for that is because, well, I got a new snowball mic, so now I can do shit like this. Anyways, I decided to make a video on versus battle wiki. This isn't the first video that I'm going to make. This is only a part of a series of videos that I'm making about versus battle wiki. However, this first video that I'm making, it's mainly going to focus on, let's just say, Wank, Downplay, that's mainly present on the threads, not the profiles themselves, which actually I will cover, but not as much as the threads themselves. Now, some of you may be wondering, what is my incentive to even make this kind of video in the first place? Well, to answer your own question, the thing is, I've been supporting versus battle wiki for quite a while, and I'm one of the few people, well, I shouldn't say few, but like I'm one of the people who actually defend the wiki and say that it's not all that bad. But as of now, it's just been making so many stupid decisions as of now, and it's getting to the point where it's really hard to defend the wiki. And like one of its main things that I did not even notice until looking at it was its issue with wanking in the threads. Like, what I mean by wanking and downplaying is like the logic used in like some of these threads are just like utterly dumb and it's like fucking retarded. I'll be highlighting some of these threads because like some of these threads and their logic, it's just crazy, and I don't understand who in their right mind would even try to argue this shit. But yeah, that's pretty much my reasoning for even making this in the first place. And like I said, this is just only part one of a series of videos I'm making. The next topic for my next video in this series I'll reveal some other time, but regardless, we're just focusing mainly on Wank and Downplay on the threads, and specifically some cancerous threads that just make you facepalm to fucking oblivion and back. Okay, so to start this off, one of the main verses that tends to get wanked nowadays is the Archie Sonic threads. Holy hell, do those threads just contain so much wank, bro. Hold on. Let me show you an example of one. The one that I'm about to list off is Archie Sonic versus sorry for my fucking shitty spelling. I'm just on my fucking MacBook Pro. Anyways, okay, here we go. So I'm about to find his losses. So let's look at some of his losses. Sissy, Sonic lost to Demiurge, Chronomon, and Madoka. So there's nothing wrong with that. But let's look at some of his wins though. So let's see. He's beaten M from Shikoku no Sharnoff. He's beaten Lavos. Yeah, Lavos. He's beaten Omega. And he's beaten Knuckles the Echidna from the same verse. Now, some of that doesn't look too bad, but the main issue we have here is Lavos. How in the absolute fuck does he beat Lavos? Like, let's take a look at what Lavos has on his profile. Here. Yes, I'm going through the thread itself, but I'm gonna get back to that thread. Let's look at what Lavos has here. Fuck. Oh my god. Okay. So, yeah, did they really just fucking mix up the fucking profiles? Jesus Christ, they really fucking mix up the profiles. Okay then. So, regardless, let's look at Lavos. Yeah, look at that. Look at that fucking wall of text called the fucking hacks. Now, my question to you is, how the fuck does Sonic beat some of that shit? Like, the shit that Lavos has is fucking crazy. Yeah, but let's see some of the reasons in the thread. Just maybe the reasons are not that bad. Maybe the reasons why Sonic can win this is not that bad. So let's look at the thread itself. Yeah. Okay, so some of the arguments, so like scrolling down, some of the arguments that people are like doing here is like they're okay. So one of the main arguments that I found when looking for this thread was they said that Archie Sonic could use conceptual manipulation and fate manipulation along with his passive era to win here. Thing is, and this is just a problem with the versus battle profile itself, which is where I'm getting at when I talk about Wank. Sonic doesn't have conceptual manipulation. Even in the Archie continuity, he doesn't have conceptual manipulation in any form. And even if he did, it wouldn't be in character for him to use it on Lavos of all things. Because last time I checked, Archie Sonic is a physical fighter who basically fights similar to Goku from Dragon Ball. He doesn't attack with metaphysical shit like reality warping, conceptual manipulation, and all that other jazz that he doesn't even have on his profile. So, on that same note, it doesn't even change the fact that this doesn't even defeat Lavos, who is a fucking juggernaut of a beast. Again, let's go back to the profile and show you how durable Lavos really is. Yeah. One of his main fucking things is he literally has fucking shit type 9 immortality. Literally meaning that Sonic would have to know that his form is literally outside of time, outside of the multiverse, which is where the Time Devourer from Chrono Cross literally resides. So in order for Sonic to even remotely have a chance, he would have to know that one, Lavos is outside of the multiverse, outside of time, outside of all that shit. And another thing is, since he has type 4 immortality, that also means he can also reincarnate indefinitely. So my question to you is, how does Sonic beat that? It just doesn't add up. The logic in this thread is just garbage. It's bad. Hold on. Let me get a specific argument to give you an idea of how fucking badly this profile, how badly Wank this really is here. Yeah. So everyone's making arguments such as but Sonic's above baseline 1A. I mean not 1A, but fucking 2A and shit. Bruh, Sonic has so much raw 2A power. And it's bro, that raw power means nothing when the opponent is a fucking juggernaut and can tank your shit. Sonic could be infinite times infinite and raw AP, and he still wouldn't be able to kill Lavos. He would at best be able to physically overpower him, but physically overpowering Lavos is a fucking, it doesn't mean anything to it because it's immortal. It has several types of immortalities here. It's bro, what the fuck is this shit? This is fucking ridiculous. And this is not the only thread too. This is also another thing on the fucking Interjack page. Let's look at this shit right here. Let's take a look. Let's take a fucking look. Alright. So, we're about to do the same thing we did with, the fucking Sonic page. Which was, let's look at some of the victories and losses. Okay. So, so Interjack won against Solaris from the Archie universe, which is actually something I agree with. Because Interjack is portrayed as one of the strongest beings in Sonic, point blank. But then we have Madoka Kaname from Madoka Magica. Now, hold on real quick. So, you're saying that Archie Sonic loses, but a fucking Interjack can beat Madoka? Okay, well, just to give you an idea of what's wrong with that, let's look at Madoka's profile. Show you what kind of shit fucking Interjack is dealing with here. Oh yeah, I'm starting to notice a trend here. How come they put Sonic against all these hack-ass characters that he would logically never win against, and somehow manage to wake them out to able to beat them? Bruh, what is this shit? How the fuck does Interjack even come close to beating all this shit? Let me just take a look at some of the shit that Madoka has. Bro, not only does she have type 8 immortality and is a fucking abstract entity. But bro, literally everything Interjack would do is just fucking null to Madoka. So why are they saying that Interjack would even stand a remote chance here? Bro. But again, let's check some of their logic. Let's see some of their logic. Okay, let's look at some of the logic used here. Okay, so let's see here. Bruh. Okay, so we're dealing with the same shit that we... Hold up. Although, even though putting that aside, Chaos Energy still destroys concepts, as that's what Sonic used when he erased the Chaos Force and Illumina. Hold the fuck up here. No. During the entire Mega Man and Sonic crossover, the Chaos Force never destroys a concept, period. It never destroys a conceptual being, period. It destroys the multiverse, yes, which is a 2A feat, because RG Sonic's multiverse is infinite, but like, bro, it never destroys concepts, it never destroys all this shit. So I'm not sure where they're getting all this shit without, you know, massively wanking Interjack here, or just the Chaos Force in general. But okay, anyways, let's look at some of the logic here. Ignoring the fact that both Sonic and Interjack's profiles are heavily wanked, in the sense that they shouldn't have hacks that they somehow have on this profile. Bruh. One of the things that they argue in this thread is that, like, fucking Interjack has conceptual mind hacks. Like, nigga, what? No, Interjack never shown that shit. He does have mind manipulation from what I recall, but not on a conceptual level. That's just pure wank. I don't understand where the fuck that comes from. Like, period. Like, don't get me wrong, Interjack is a strong opponent. He's really strong, especially within 2A, tiering. He's not all that bad, but like, here's the thing, bro. He's going against Madoka, who was a really strong fucking 2A. And same for fucking Archie Sonic. He's going up against Lavels, another fucking Jack 2A, who he logically wouldn't beat. Yet somehow in Versus Battle Wiki, they find a way to wank him to death and say that he wins here. Right now, I'm on a thread called Dialga versus Demigra. Dialga being from Pokemon, Demigra being from Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Heroes. It's a really good idea. It's alright. I don't have an issue with the matchup itself. I just have a really bad issue with the fucking logic used on this thread. It just infuriates me on so many fucking levels. Like, okay. Alright. So, let's get down to the fact that Dialga could just instantly time manipulate the fuck out of Demigra and instantly one-shot the battle here. No, but according to Versus Battle Wiki, it's illogical for a fucking time manipulator. No, not just a time manipulator, because that'd be an insult to Dialga. It's illogical for the embodiment of time to use fucking time manipulation. Let that sink in real quick. How the fuck is it irrelevant for a time embodied being to use fucking time manipulation? It literally is a self-contradictory premise. Like, and the proof that I'm not making this shit up, let me just go down to the logic or the comment who made this shit. Okay, so I gotta like find the fucking comment itself, but regardless, one of the stupidest thing was argued on this thread, and that's just, bruh, just like make me wanna fucking, okay. Shoot. Also just realized that some of these comments could have been deleted, so, yeah, but regardless, if it has been deleted, let it be known that one of the main logic that they used in this thread was Dialga literally can't use time manipulation, even though he's the embodiment of time, which, you know, it'd literally be like saying a gunner can't use a gun. It would be illogical for a gunner to use a gun, you know, despite him being a person who uses guns as a profession. Nah. You see, it's threads like this that just make you wonder. This is some of, like, the dumbest shit that you could just, like, do. You could just argue, and it's funny too. It's funny how Versus Battle Wiki likes to put down other wikias and act like they're the pinnacle of wikias when they're just as garbage, if not more garbage. It's really dumb, bro. And there's so many things I could go over, so many things, but these threads are the ones I wanted to go over the most. It's like, bruh, what the fuck? No. Anyways, suffice to say, I'm probably going to have to cut this video down short a bit. This video was a bit longer than I thought it would be, but regardless, I probably am going to separate this into, like, a second part. I'm still going to be talking about Wank and Downplay, but regardless, Yeah, I'm gonna have to separate this in parts because this is pretty long, especially for my standards, where my videos are like usually like 7 to 10 minutes long at most. Yeah, but yeah, regardless, I wanted to take time and talk about Versus Battle Wiki, a wiki that I really liked and really had no issue defending because it really was good. But like now, bro, this wiki just pisses me off on so many levels now. It's harder to defend it. It's hard to even really like it anymore, especially after some of the shit that they've done. Not even talking about like Wank, Downplay. I'm just talking about the mods and shit too, which I'll get into eventually, because it's part of the series. I'm definitely talking about that. And you bet your ass I'm definitely talking about that motherfucker Matthew, Schroeding, or whatever his fucking name is. But yeah, regardless, yeah. I'm definitely about to get into this shit. So, expect another video of the series to be made sometime whenever I'm just not lazy off my ass and doing shit with my life. Anyways, that's all, folks. SuperBearNeo, peace the fuck out. See you guys later, and also reminders that I'm working on who can defeat Akasha or Void Shiki. Anyways, peace the fuck out. SuperBearNeo, peace out.